work to slow us down.
Now, like we said, this plasma field is, what a view. We hope to maintain these views throughout. Starship is so big that we're hoping that the plasma field doesn't entirely blanket the entire vehicle. Right now, it is not. The Starlinks are
Views brought to you by Starlink.
Yeah, the Starlinks are still communicating and still capturing the data and the video that we see here. I mean, Shiva, this is just absolutely incredible views. We've never seen anything like this before. This is the biggest flying object.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stupid O'Clock. Joe Dog and John and Dan and Lucy.
Lucy wasn't there a minute ago.
The show started.
His wife changed into a cat.
I think he 3D printed a cat.
No, that's actually what she's doing. She's watching the 3D
the 3D printer?
Yeah.
Waiting on the unicorn or somebody like him. I'm very sorry that first test piece that you made for your...
I'm live. I don't need a dog.
Well, she still wants you.
No, put her out.
You need to get that one out too, then.
She's fine.
Been saying that for years.
I love how she just charges in.
Well,
I am a lamb.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Welcome to my life.
no skillet.
Carl says you didn't reset that print, did you? No. I got some stuff ordered to help it go. What happened is it broke loose from the printer and was just sliding around everywhere.
Oh, and it got up to 90-something%?
96%.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey,
So
new
3D
equipment,
printers.
you always have to learn how to use it.
So 3D printers are about like paper printers, just more headaches.
Yeah. Oh, hey, somebody
Yeah.
slipped in.
About to say.
Howdy.
Howdy,
Hey.
Joe.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm gonna working on some stuff to improve my print videos. Better camera angles, better lighting. Actually going to be able to show the control panel so people can see exactly where we're at in the print when it goes to hell.
Hey, I was waiting on you to say better music, but
Well, you're gonna have to send me some. And
we
Josh
played-
is saying, "Hey Joe," so
Hey, Josh.
I don't know which Joe, but there.
Oh.
Oh, and Carl's saying, "Oh crap!" I think he was waiting on a frying pan too.
Yeah.
But
You didn't see the opening of the show, did you, Joe?
I did not. I was driving home and trying to get around a small closure for a gas leak at the corner.
Ah. And I'm gonna run it again. I'm gonna run it all the way through. Uh, it's the re-entry of Starship today. This is absolutely some of the most gorgeous video footage I've ever seen.
It is.
Work to slow us down.
Now, like we said, this plasma field is, wow, what a view. We hope to maintain these views throughout. Starship is so big that we're hoping that the plasma field doesn't entirely blanket the entire vehicle. Right now, it is not. The Starlinks are
Views brought to you by Starlink.
Yeah, the Starlinks are still communicating and still capturing the data and the video that we see here. I mean, Shiva, this is just absolutely incredible views. We've never seen anything like this before. This is the biggest flying object ever in space.
Absolutely, Kate. And,
right.
and it's important to note the ascent burn that we did was to get us to orbital velocities, even though we were on a nearly orbital trajectory. So the heating and the loads that Starship is going through right now are what it would be getting if it were recovering from an orbital mission. And just the fact that we have views through entry, this is incredible.
Yeah. Again, this is the furthest and fastest that Starship has ever flown. And you can definitely tell by the crowd here in Hawthorne.
The heat shield tiles doing their work. We talked about it earlier. Up to 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit that those heat shield tiles are dissipating as we are re-entering.
Yeah, now this was one of the critical, or rather the key mission objectives that we were hoping to hit today. We have never, like I said before, this is the fastest and furthest that Starship has ever flown. So this is the first time that we're getting to collect this re-entry data and understand how these 18,000 hexagonal heat shield tiles are working together to protect the belly of Starship as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. Once again,
That's a view NASA never showed us.
Yep.
yeah, but then NASA didn't have Starlink satellites picking up the signal through the plasma.
Well, they had TDRS. They maintained communication with them.
Well, and Josh asked how long before it'll actually make a flight to the moon. My guess was about 2 years.
I was watching something today. They said they expect to get 6 more launches in this year.
Okay. I remember how many things blew up or burned up before they ever put people on them and started trying to get them into orbit.
FAA says we want a notification of accident investigation on the desk in the morning.
Send it on a post-it note. We're investigating.
And while I'm thinking of it, Dan, your package shows it should be in Fairburn, Georgia right now.
Okay, that means it's probably going to be here within 6 to 8 weeks because they like to drive stuff to Oklahoma and back before dropping it off here.
So you might have it before HallowCon.
Joe Dog can tell you all about that. Yeah, and even though LibertyCon is first, we don't. That's not a vendor's fee that I'm going to fork out for. And Lindsay could not stand the stress. Just really, I've got 15 copies each of both of my books being shipped right now, so that I've got some I can take to Liberty and hopefully don't have to. Well, actually, hopefully, I'd love to have to order more to take to HallowCon, but Yeah. Nick would probably call it imposter syndrome, but I'm not going. Hey, most of the people that want to read it already that know me have already bought a copy. It's the people that don't know me or don't know about me yet that I'm hoping to sell the new copies to. Um,
Oh yeah. I got a
Smoking some fish. Don't roll it so tight. And
Yeah.
uh I got a shipping story for you, Joe. And John can tell you, we have an Amazon fulfillment center about 6 miles from the house as the crow flies.
Hmm.
I made an order one day, and I had the Amazon Prime. So that was back when they still did the 2-day shipping on Amazon Prime.
Hmm.
It came out of the Chattanooga fulfillment center and went to Memphis. It went from Memphis to Atlanta, got on a truck, and went to Nashville. From Nashville, it went to Knoxville. From Knoxville, it came back to Chattanooga, and I got it on the second day.
Yeah, I've had packages via UPS that have come, came into Chicago, went past me down to Indy, because the only way they're getting from Chicago to Indy is 8094 to I-65. And then came back up north from Indy to Westville to the main distribution center and finally got delivered. I have had Amazon packages that, when it was in the Gary fulfillment center, which was about as close as the one to you, go over Hell's Half Acre before finally coming over to New Chicago.
hey, Joe Dog has had stuff that apparently was driven right past his house on its way to someplace in Egypt to come back. Started to say the name of the town, but it's still a little early for that.
Well, I did take a screen capture of the tracking and emailed it to Amazon customer service. And I said, this fulfillment center is 6 miles from my house. They quit using FedEx for me.
Well, we've actually wound up getting
We've got
quicker deliveries from the post office once someplace that we ordered online from turned a package over to the USPS.
I don't know who that is. Does any of y'all recognize this name?
Nope. Not at all. First time I've seen it, as far as I know.
Okay, well, welcome to the show. We're here for about 2 hours and talk about a lot of stuff, and mainly about nothing.
Uh-oh.
And Josh,
Hide the ice cream.
John asked what kind of fish. And also, your package, Josh, is in Birmingham, Alabama. And I did receive the tumbler you sent me, Josh. It's beautiful.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
No ice cream tonight. Mm-mm.
That's all right. You look nice.
Thank you. I just ate way too much for dinner. We did Korean barbecue tonight.
Oh, we got
first stuffed with Italian and then stuffed with Korean. Just an international woman.
We got to kind of stressed to actually eat. Lindsay did cook. She's got chicken fajitas in the fridge right now, but because of the situation with having to get running water again, we were both really, really stressed out today. So we have not had much of an appetite.
Well, I'm glad you got it figured out.
I was amazed they pulled up in the yard while I was trying to mow the backyard. They go, "Hey, when we hear somebody don't have water, we're going to do our best to get there same day. So if you're living anywhere around where I live, um, Chandler Plumbing and Well Service does excellent work, and they will go. Just they actually, if it had been somebody else, I would have expected them to pretend not to notice a problem, but they found that one of the brass pipes going to water the pressure valve, um, the readout for the water pressure, it was leaking just a hair, just a hair. Turns out it was a defect in the part. They unwired everything, pulled it all back out, got a fresh piece of brass pipe, put it all back together in about 5-10 minutes, and tested it very thoroughly. Um, like I said, somebody else would have just said, "Hey, we're done," and driven off, and would have expected to be called back to do a follow up repair 6 months later.
Wow.
Now, they're going, "Hey, this is what I used on my own well when we had to go through the same thing in my house," was what one of the guys that came out said. I'm going, "Hey, uh, I'm not trying to get out of this cheap. It's much less expensive to pay for good work the first time and high quality parts than to have it done over again." Now, the big problem that I noticed was that my former employer was a manufacturer of the PVC pipe that went 200 feet down to give me water.
Huh.
Okay. I know they make good insulation. I know they make the best shingles in the world. That one's already been proven by clinical tests, and these are not people that even have any working relationship with the company whatsoever. But
Have you seen the
I
new?
don't know anything about what they do for PVC. So
Have you seen the new roofing shingle that they're really pushing right now?
the one that is
Metal.
oh no
I do know a few people who have that.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it looks like a shingled roof,
yeah,
but it's steel.
my former employer is actually making shingles that are solar cells. Your entire roof, front and back, can power your house. You just have to get the storage and the switching and stuff like that. But I'm sure they sell that too. I was really kind of disappointed that they didn't come out with that till after I had my roof replaced.
Yeah.
After big storms came through.
Taiwan uh, first said they're the first recorded earliest tribal people of South America, and he said West Coast pre-Columbian peoples.
Okay, I'm familiar with the time period. Lightning with the metal roof may be a worry. Oh no, everyone I know with a metal roof is actually in love with the sound of rain falling on a metal roof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just we
Not
had that.
you. knock
We had
you
that tornado go through about 2011. We had that tornado go through, and there were roof shingles all over my neighborhood. And of course, they're the semi-flexible ones, so they don't fly very well. Can you imagine metal roof shingles in a tornado?
I'd rather not.
And me neither. That's got like some serious.
Well, actually, over the Easter tornado that we had 4 years ago now, the school, most of the damage in the neighborhood behind the school was from pieces of the school.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The school exploded and tore up everything else.
Yes, ma'am.
Aww.
Squeak.
The last time this happened, the cat farted on him.
That cat has the cutest little squeak. It's not quite a meow; it's more of a squeak, but it kind of reminds me of Dawn and Aunt Donna when Chris comes into the room. There's this hypersonic element to that squee that.
You didn't hear me just squee twice, Dan?
Of course not, dear. I'm only human. Well, mostly human.
Check
on
her
my
out.
mother's side.
She's like,
Aww.
those ears laid back. Looks like she's a little upset about something.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
Probably farted.
No,
I'd put it past him.
Joe Dog was not the one that opened the door and shoved the cat in the room.
That doesn't mean
This
that Joe Dog isn't the one that farted.
Well, I think Mrs. Joe Dog had something to do with the sudden appearance of the cat.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh, you're on camera again. Here you go. Deal with this. Throwing random animals in the room. Long as it's not a rhinoceros, he'll be all right.
Well, I'll show you how quick I can get out of here when she throws a snake in here. I had a guy do that at work to me. He thought it'd be funny to throw a snake up in the truck with me.
That truck got a ejection seat real quick, didn't it?
He had to chase the truck down to stop it. Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, I guess that...
Look, a butt. Yeah.
And Joe Dog is done talking for the evening.
Probably
Yes,
not.
But yeah, I left the truck in gear rolling down the road.
Hello, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
Yeah, there was a big deal made about it.
I
They
imagine
wanted to
so.
write me up for jumping out of the truck. I said, let me throw a snake in your lap and see what you do.
That's a good reply. We
There's
got
Zach.
Hey, we got Zach. All right.
Hey, Zach.
Needs
I'm
a little
somehow awake.
exercise. Do what?
I'm somehow awake.
Ah,
You have had a busy day, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't sleep.
Oh.
I got some
wound
sleep
up-
this afternoon, but
I wound up in time for the armchair rocket thingy with Joe Dog. I didn't want to be awake, but I was.
So there's triple trouble having
Aw.
for you today, tonight.
did you put an ice cream cube down her shirt too?
I know, but I should have.
Ice cream cube? Yes.
I am not touching that even in my wildest dreams.
Oh my!
well, Zach, I got to ask you, what did you think of those of that camera angle on re-entry?
I am so glad my mic and camera were off that whole flight because I didn't want my reaction recorded. We were in Discord freaking out. Those views were
Incredible.
a billion times more than I think any of us thought we would see.
Can you imagine when they actually get that thing in outer space?
Like the pictures that are going to come back when it's leaving Earth, going to the moon, are going to be some of the crispest photos and videos, and the pictures of the moon itself. I think it's game changing.
Yeah,
and the photography it'll do.
And the camera angle from inside the payload bay.
That was interesting. They definitely deployed some mosquitoes into space today, so no one call PETA. But they need to work on that door.
Yeah.
That door broke. Oh, we closed the door. I can still see outside. That door's not closed.
Yeah, Joe and I noticed that.
We saw the door close, and I said, "Okay, yeah, door's closed." I'm going. That's not good.
No, that door acted like a door of a trailer in a trailer park during a hurricane. It got reopened on its own.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious how they could change it, because the way they're building that, there's not a lot of room for a system for it. Like, to me, I would have thought just have it curl open, almost like sliding doors, rather than try to pull something rounded up. Just have them curve, because it's a perfect circle. But
or just have the whole door slide around and slide back.
Yeah, something. Yeah. But it all depends how it fits around the Pez dispenser, though.
Yeah.
No, that's what amazed me. As soon as I saw it, I go, "Oh, it's like a Pez dispenser," and then I found out that's what they're calling it.
You know, they've got
Elon went to the dollar store and saw them on a shelf, and he's like, "Starlink V2s, there we go."
They've got those doors on the airplanes that pop back slightly and then slide up into a roof hatch. I think that's kind of what they need for it.
Well, that's what
they were trying to do, that it retracts back and then goes up. So it doesn't turn, but it retracts in and then goes up. But it went up and then it like wedged sideways.
Yeah, so, what they actually wound up with is something like the sunroof that was self-installed on a 57 Chevy. It leaks a little bit. Just a little bit. That's why you keep a towel in the car. The official reason why you keep a towel in the car.
I do really like when they opened it, though, that you could see the little bit of atmosphere that was trapped within it, leaked out the thin, and it looked like water. The way it was being sucked through this little tiny hole, it gave you the illusion that there was water at the bottom of the ship, but it was just a little bit of atmosphere.
Tank. I thought it was a view from inside fuel tank.
That's what I thought at the start too. Yeah, it was. I'm interested to see what footage we get. If that's what they gave us live, I hate the fog. Screw the fog. It ruined all of everyone's plans, but it forced them to give us onboard views because they couldn't see anything from the ground. So I'll take it.
It was, there are now several elderly filmmakers that have done science fiction movies that are going, could have been a contender. They never imagined the reality of this. I mean, they did the best they could with 50s and 60s technology. But
I think the big thing they tried to make the point of today was that today was the 22nd anniversary of SpaceX since it started, with Elon in the room with a mariachi band. And in 22 years of what they've done, but even more so, and I hope they make a bigger point of it. Super Heavy made it 400 meters above the ocean. It made it basically a Super Heavy above the ocean before they lost it. Falcon 9 didn't even do that on its first re-entry. The only issue is it failed recovery. If they had shot the Starship's engines for another minute or two, we would have had a Starship in orbit that could have deployed Starlings today. They were that close, but because they didn't trust the engines to reignite to bring it home, they didn't want us to pull a China and have an uncontrolled Starship risking crashing down somewhere on the planet. So that's why they
that's
brought it back.
thoughtful of them.
Right, the little bit of a break. Well, and then they skipped the relight. So obviously there was something that they didn't like, which is why they didn't even attempt to ignite those engines. They were going to, just before re-entry, ignite them and actually boost them further down the Indian Ocean, but they had cleared enough that they could enter at the start of their zone rather than try to push themselves to the end.
They were close enough to Point Nemo, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No,
total other side of the planet.
Other side of Australia.
Okay. I sit corrected. I
would have thought they would have gone for Point Nemo as well.
Yeah, I assumed, as you do, that was the target for
everything else.
Hey, we're not going to be able to land it. We don't intend to be able to land it. We're just gathering data. Point Nemo is the obvious conclusion.
Why didn't they go for that north of Hawaii landing like they did last? Like they were planning that other time.
I think that one, the risk was, I think realistically they were scared that they'd push it accidentally into orbit.
I do want to interrupt for a second. That's great, Michaela. That is absolutely great. I'm going to buy it, even though
demise? No demise.
I'm going to have to read it probably with oven mitts on my hands. Hey, Michaela's a good writer.
Maybe he demises and then rises like a phoenix in the sequel.
Zach, did you rewatch any of the re-entry video?
A couple of them.
Did you notice the tiles flying by?
They weren't tiles.
They were
ice.
They were no. You might want to watch again because you could see one. It was black when it went by, and
that
then
was black ice. It was the sun. The ice was so thick, it wasn't shooting through, so that you could see it as the I'll look again because I'm sure there was a couple, but most of the chunks that were falling off, the further they got away, the more transparent they got because the sun was working its way through the ice of it because it was all caked on. I know they lost a few tiles, but it looked like they held on to most of them. But at least until some point in re-entry. I think one of the big issues we were talking about after is I think the point of failure of the ship this flight might be identical to last flight, which is it's not balanced. Because basically when they came for re-entry, it was a water bottle that had a third of a tank of fuel on one end, and then it was hollow on the other. Well, throw a water bottle like that. How's it going to work? It's going to
tumble. Yeah.
So it started tumbling, and the RCS tried to stabilize, but it got it into a stable tumble, but it was still a tumble. Which obviously when you re-enter,
that's a very good point.
You need your heat shield down, and it wasn't always down. So I think that's
the payload door being open didn't help either.
I was thinking about that. If they had kept the heat shield down, probably wouldn't have been an issue. But because they were tumbling, all that air is now being shot into the inside hollow area and being exposed to the inner tank. So likely that's where that plasma point of failure took place. But I mean, this is probably one of the weirdest parts of the Starship program is we have no idea. Just like SN11, which we all had a lot of vibes that this was going to be another SN11 till the fog decided to clear at T-5, at least around the pad, that there is no photos. There is no videos. It's literally whatever the last downlink of data they have, and that's all they can go off of. So unless some fisherman was looking up and saw something, we don't know when it failed. So, like when the last one failed, they said they lost failure. Well, when it passed Key West, we found out, the whole top of the ship was still together. The entire cargo area separated on the last flight and was tumbling and was seen from Florida. Well, this one, we were in the middle of the Indian Ocean. So it's very unlikely, and they put a huge restricted zone in place. So no one should have been around for it. So.
There were fishermen there.
I
might
bet you
not
there
have
was
been
a Russian
a
trawler.
Russian trawler with
Chinese
lots of
one.
extra
Trawler,
radio
North Korean
antennas.
trawler, Iranian trawler.
The Hezbollah trawler.
Blue Origin trawler. Um,
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be wild if it came back? SpaceX says it was shot down by a missile.
I mean, it went to a not so great part of the world, so maybe wouldn't be. That was one thing I think people were surprised. It's like if you're going to go that far, just go to Hawaii or just go to orbit. But I get the point of not wanting to get stuck in orbit.
Actually, it does have two different sets of fins that are maneuverable.
I don't think it actually got anywhere the fins would do any good, though. It never got that deep into the atmosphere.
Well, and parachutes that'd be like
Open an umbrella in a tornado.
pretty much, yeah. I was thinking pasties on Betty Page, but
I'm checking to see if SpaceX said at what altitude they think it detonated. The last telemetry signals were received 49 minutes into flight, which is when the plasma would have built up. So
yeah,
they haven't said anything more than that. I think that the two things they're taking as their biggest giveaway, or three, they can hot stage, they can boost back burn, and Starlink works. And I think that was one of the big things that they were trying to prove with this, which
Starlink
now
works.
I think they'll probably go fight for government funding to put Starlink in orbit of Moon and Mars, is that Starship is so big, it now makes a plasma field wake behind it, that the reason we got the re-entry views today is they actually were shooting a signal between two walls of plasma back to Starlink higher in orbit, and then that sent to a different signal and then sent down, which that's never been done. Where shuttle and stuff, we had burnout or plasma complete cutoff. Now, obviously, it exploded at some point, but
parachutes for landing. The
big
entire
parachutes.
concept is that it uses its own engines
Yeah,
to
it
slow
comes in on
down
its tail and Buck
as a
Rogers.
tail sitter and actually is able to land and thus be able to be reused.
They want 1
Parachutes
hour
for
turnaround.
emergencies, maybe, but with the kind of speed it's going till it actually gets to someplace where it can
Hey, Rob.
drop the engines groundward and fire them again for kind of deceleration, the final deceleration. Let's call it that. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Zach, I just ran through my video. Loss of telemetry was at 80 kilometers.
Okay.
61 miles up.
I mean, that's the U.S.'s accepted barrier of space now. The international one's at the 100 kilometers, so it was in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think one of the big things. I'm curious to see what data they have to have an idea of how it failed. Was it like a cascading failure where they could see a detonation occurred somewhere, or did it just break apart? Or I think that's the hard thing with this one is we don't know. So how are they supposed to improve? And in the launch license, it said they would have no vehicles over there to record it. I'm like, why didn't they fly NASA's WB-57 over? I mean, it would have taken a few days to position, but we would have at least had, because we follow Dragon in from about 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
On WB-57. So why aren't we, forget the launch, which I believe they didn't have a WB-57 today. I didn't see it pop up on Flight Radar, at least, not public ones.
You don't have to apologize, and you don't have to go away. We're just fans of what is going on, and as fans, we learn a lot, and
an excessive amount.
And Joe Dog actually follow this I don't want to say religiously, but phonetically. And
Not as fanatically as Zach.
I mean, it's only tried to kill me once. So
yeah,
Just
but
once.
breathing breaks is not a good idea.
no, apparently not. How's your 3D print going?
It failed at 96%.
No.
Of course, it's a SpaceX print.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna need some aloe for that burn.
Rich saw where I had duct taped down the base.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it finally gave completely loose, and it just started pushing the engine nozzles around.
So we're gonna do nozzle at a time?
Started building the connectors.
Oh,
for the
okay.
engine nozzles.
That makes sense. That would, yeah, I could see why. Yeah. So do one engine at a time now, or?
No, it's a one piece, one shot deal because the
that's the pattern
cover is a completely different piece that goes on top of it.
Oh.
The head comes off.
Could you invert?
Does their head
Could you
come
invert
off,
the
Zach?
print? Could you print it upside down to have more support pieces built onto it?
Maybe.
Because you could then break the support. The supports would be very thin, so then you could break them off after carefully, and it might give more structure to where it's attached to the base. I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah.
Or a slightly thicker bed. I don't know. I've only played with 3D printing like for a couple of weeks, like a year and a half ago. I need to get back into it.
All right.
Barbecue tacos? What?
I also want to know how Dawn's barbecue was.
It was delicious. It was it's all you can eat, and it's the barbecue. You guys saw the picture. That there's like a little. Oh, I can't see it on that picture. There's like a little like a little frying thing in the middle, like a little cooking thing, and you cook the food. Oh, hold on, let me see if I can find more pictures.
Did you go to Korean barbecue?
Yes,
I went to Korean barbecue. Yeah.
Oh, love Korean barbecue. All the pig belly, all the pig belly, and the greasy floor. You know it's a good day when you walk into a restaurant and you slip.
I was telling my friends that I went with. I'm like, smell like oil.
Yeah.
Let's see here. They sent some pictures. Oh, this is a good one. Carrie's gonna kill me if she's watching and she sees this, but oh well. Give me a minute here and I'll bring it up.
Zach, when me and Dan were watching, I mean, we're sitting there watching, talking about it. I said, "Oh, Dan, look at the tail, look at the fin, look at the fin." The fin had started glowing red.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
I didn't actually know the fins were maneuverable. Or if I ever knew, I had forgotten. So
I didn't think we thought they were.
When it folded over, I thought, oh my God, it broke. It's melted.
Well, my understanding is they were supposed to stay. They're open for flight, and then I thought that they stayed open until belly flop, and that's when they release and start flapping and steering. I didn't realize they released them as early as they did. That when you saw it, they're 90. Ooh,
that's my friend Carrie. It's not ice cream.
It's still got sweet drizzle.
There was some sweet drizzle going on.
Ooh.
No, there's no sauce. It's not sauce. I mean, there's different things you can choose. There's different dipping sauces, and there's a mayo one, and blah blah blah. But that's like we had the meat, and then there was like 7 different meats to choose from, and you had so many different vegetables. I'm like in a food coma right now.
Sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah, we had the bulgogi. 2 different kinds of bulgogi beef and the bulgogi chicken and spare ribs and zucchini and onion and mushrooms and shrimp. See, everybody at the table orders all you can eat. And then you have this big list of stuff you can order from. And then you order 3 things at a time. Hey, Adam, you order 3 things. Each person can order 3 things at a time. And then as you're making it, you split with all the people at your table. So, yeah, we had a lot.
Dawn, I'm going to have to figure out how to get you to B's restaurant up here.
Oh.
Donna wanted to know if I had pie. No, but this is the funny part. My friend Emmy made me a cake. She messaged me about noon and said, there's a cake in my oven. Come have it now. So we're not, because we'll be too full after dinner tonight. So we didn't have pie. We didn't have cake or pie tonight.
But you had cake as an appetizer before the barbecue.
Right.
Hey, life is too short. Eat the dessert first.
That's pretty much what we did.
Cake in my oven sounds like a very aristocratic way to say that I'm pregnant.
No.
I was nowhere near there 9 months ago. Just get that out of the way right now. I know I can see Zach thinking.
And then we told the server that it was my birthday. Well, we didn't say it wasn't my birthday that day, today, but we were like, we're out for her birthday. Have you ever been to the Chinese restaurants where they have the little cat servers? The little robotic cat servers?
I've never been to a restaurant where they served cat. No.
No, cat.
Couple of taco joints, maybe.
I have. It was sweet and sour.
They programmed the cat to sing happy birthday and then brought me some crab ragoons at the end of the meal.
Oh, Zach is now looking jealous.
What, Rich? Come on, say it. Say it.
We're far enough in the program. Go ahead. Green room.
A robotic cat gave you crabs?
I was going to say robotic pussy, but yes. Sounds in my head tonight.
I might have to go get a second glass of liquor. Y'all are... Ooh.
I got to remember next time at the store to get popcorn. Popcorn at the house, throw it in the microwave, got a bag of popcorn, and I just quit buying it because I don't know.
Well, guys, I got something to tell you. I'm just going to come out and say it. My identifying pronouns are thee, she, and it. Yep, I'm the shit. What? Even Joe left on that one.
I'm not coming back. You can't make me.
I think I hear my mother calling. She's been dead 10 years.
That's why I went.
Carl, screenshot.
By the way, Dan,
Yes,
Emmy got a new straightening brush and she wanted to try it on my hair today.
It looks wonderful.
Two of them did, Carl. 2 of them.
Never mind. We'll talk about this Friday night, okay? Is it hot in here or is it just on?
It's hot in here.
See, I'm not alone.
Hey, four monitors and a 3D printer and a closed 8x8 room. It's hot.
Joe Butman walked home after that comment. Had to cool off a little, huh?
Oh, Lord, the wife's watching. I need to be good.
No, you don't. She just
Too
wants you
late
to be
now.
good at
She's
it.
already seen you being bad.
She just wants you to be good at it.
Hope in one hand and
And wish in the other. Yes.
So, Joe Bachman,
I don't
how's the
have any
house
idea.
tonight?
quiet.
Surprisingly?
Well, we have so what Dawn is referring to is we adopted another cat today because
With
this
sweet
one.
and sour sauce?
No, not too skinny so far. Um, that we'd have to do that with the Siamese, but no, there's a gray tabby that's been hanging around outside lately, and he was starting to look quite thin. So we put a post out on Facebook, see if anybody claimed them,
Mm-hmm.
and gave him
As you
some
do.
canned food. And then today, with the weather supposed to be getting cold up here again, we decided if no one had came to claim him, we'd take him down to Hobart, have him check for a chip. And he wasn't chipped, so now he is up in the spare bedroom being quarantined for at least his first week. Because he does have some fleas, he's got worms, but getting all that taken care of.
Hey, outdoor cat,
Mhm.
not going to be as looked after as it deserves.
Yep.
Right.
And he's a sweet little thing. They're guessing he's between 9 months and a year old.
No, so he's just a baby.
Yeah. Has something going on with his left eye. They don't think it's anything major. They told us just kind of keep an eye on it, and if it seems to get worse, bring him back in. But in 2 weeks, he'll go back in for his booster shots. He'll get the snip and then get a chip put in him.
Way to go, Rob.
Awesome, Rob.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Have you decided on a name for the cat yet?
Bread.
What the hell did you come up with bread?
Because the whole time that he was even in the cage, he was meowing and just sitting there and kneading the dough. Just
Okay.
I think you should have named him Biscuit.
well, no, because he's going to lose his 2 biscuits here in about 2 weeks. So
But it could have been the
Oh no,
biscuit.
that's what we always call it, is making biscuits.
yeah, so do we.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then the whole biscuit thing going around now. Yeah,
Yeah.
biscuit.
I
But
would
we
have
have
named it DC.
Hmm?
I would
DC.
have named it DC.
Oh.
Oh Lord, I don't
okay.
even want to know where this is going to go.
I'm afraid. I'm very afraid, but it's Joe Dog.
Hey,
I'm just
There's
gonna
no way to
hey,
stop
another
him.
fucking thing.
He owns the program.
I gotta be ready. Okay.
I got it from a movie. That darn cat.
Okay.
That's logical and it's not rude. Who are you and what have you done with Joe Dog?
Movie.
blink twice if you need help, Joe Dog.
Wait, actually, because it's wholesome and it came from Joe Dog.
Double shot.
The world is
Hey.
ending.
Well, the other name that was thrown out to us by one of our other Parks Board members was Claude de Sofa.
Almost owed me a keyboard and an iPad, Mr. Bachman.
That's 2 people he almost owed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I would have gladly paid.
I know. I need to tell the joke again later on. That one's going to be written down. Not by me, but somebody's going to write it down.
Oh, we've already got our other cat named. Nada.
Waiting.
No, nobody put a drink up to their mouth. Go for it, Joe Dog.
Nada.
Nada?
Yeah. Not another damn cat.
You and and Fritz have a similar naming convention for your pets. um,
See, Rob even liked that one.
yeah, Fritz has got one called Not a Kitty
Yeah.
because it's a possum.
Oh shoot! I scared the.
Let me get this.
Stop! I shared the wrong screen. Hold on. Well, not that it's the wrong screen, but you don't need to see all my shit stuff.
That's okay.
And
We want the link to your OnlyFriends.
And you know that possum is still hanging out on his back deck even after the house burnt down?
Who do you think burned the house down?
Probably.
There we
The
go.
possum. Okay,
bring that
okay.
back up.
It's the same picture.
The what?
That's the same picture.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to see all my background stuff.
Oh.
So that's my birthday cake with the candle. Healy doing a birthday dance, and his sister Zora looking at him, going, "What the hell is Mom making you do?" That's my friend Emmy. We are right in the head.
Oh, yeah, I see the other one off to the side in the background. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know cats could hula.
I'm a kitty cat. Dance, 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 dance.
Oh, there's bread.
does he have a thumb?
Huh?
Does he have a thumb?
It kind of looks like it.
Hey,
Hey.
when he can open the door, just try and figure out how he jumps that high. Don't question anything else.
That was before
I'm
his nails got
going
trimmed
to
today.
the liquor cabinet. I'm sorry, folks, but this is Last Man Standing is going to be interesting tonight.
Well, Joe, I do agree. Get that cat altered.
Mhm.
Last thing we want is cats with thumbs. We're screwed.
It was good enough for Hemingway.
Hey, when cats have thumbs and can start opening doors and cat food cans on their own, we are no longer needed.
Rob, to let you know, she was on the table too. Emmy's got 6 cats. It's really hard to tell them to not go someplace.
Hard to tell one cat not to go someplace. We keep trying to keep Hobo from going on top of the rat cage.
Hey, Michaela, it's even worse that I'm sharing cat pictures of my friends' poo kitties.
Rich, stay out of my head.
Yeah. Rob just said it. The cat in the background's like, since when can we dance on the table?
Like I said, Zora was on the table before that. Like I said, she's got 6 cats. The only one that jumps on the counter is one of the other black ones, but a cat. I don't care. I worked at a shelter. Do you know how much cat hair and who knows what else I ate over the years?
No, I'm laughing at Rich because he's got his little cross up and he's trying to be good. How badly is your tongue bleeding there, Rich?
Oh,
That drool or blood come out the side of your mouth.
Dawn.
Well, it is Pie Day. And she's talking about eating hairy. Never mind.
Dawn, by the way, we put Bobby Cat on the scales.
Mm-hmm.
She's 6 months old and weighs 11 pounds.
You got yourself a wild child. Literally.
Yeah. But she's so sweet. She'll come up and just love on you. But when she's done, it's like, and walks off.
Nope.
Don, I saw a cat that you need. A serval cat.
Oh, I love those, but I would not want one. It's one of those. One of my friends can get one, and I'd go visit.
I was watching a video one day, and the girl was telling, what the cat did, and it's like, and popping her in the back of the head, saying, "Yeah, she don't want me telling her business."
My nose is itching.
Dan's just hiding in the background. He's not even on the camera. There he is. We lost Dawn.
I'm here. My nose itches.
The inside of your nose or the outside?
The end.
Okay, keep digging.
It wasn't
Back when we still
digging.
had the
Did you pick a winner?
Did you strike gold?
Speaking of winners,
It itched. I don't want to finish what I'll say because I know it's just as bad.
Winners? What? Did somebody win?
no, nobody's won. So both the lotteries are going up this weekend.
Yes, Carl. John has said a single word. He just did.
Yeah, I've been saying a lot of words. I used some big
Yeah.
ones too. Yes.
You're a botanist.
He's a botanist? Is that what you just said?
What? It's a word.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Every time somebody says lobotomist, I think of that movie Sucker Punch.
No, phlebotomist.
Oh,
Totally different thing.
A botanist. Okay.
One
we're
who
good.
draws blood.
Yes.
A lobotomist is a person that performs lobotomies.
Yeah. Have you seen the
I'd
movie?
rather have a bottle in front of me.
What does
Then
the
have to have a
botanist
lobotomy.
do then?
A what?
The botanist.
It's
Usually
just so fun.
Usually just sit there or lay there and enjoy it. I'm only going on what I hear. I wouldn't know.
Good night, Zach. You're muted.
This one time at band camp,
No, Carl, I'm laughing at Carl.
I like that. His microphone's not working, but Dan figured out exactly what he was going to say. So
no, he would have said this one time at church camp. I'm the one that went to band camp. Totally different stories, but
look what Rich has got.
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
I got to see that before it was fully assembled.
The 250% version, the body failed after about that far.
Oh.
So I had to go in and figure out how to make a couple of adjustments to my exposure time and my supports. With a little bit thicker supports and a little bit longer exposure time, I shouldn't have that same issue. And actually, just the body of the 250% version is running on the printer right now. And in about an hour, I should be at that point where it failed, so I can see whether or not it failed and go from there.
Okay.
Well, before my mic decides to quit again, no church camp stories tonight or space camp stories. I'm gonna go crash. I know, because I've only slept 2 hours in the last 36. So
this might bring up the really good stories then, because you're too tired to care.
One more time.
Here's that.
Might be really good stories because you're too tired to self-edit.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I'm saying good night.
No, come on, Zachy. Come on.
This is recorded.
Oh, come on. Let's do a 7-hour Last Man Standing just so you can tell stories.
Stories and pictures and videos and so many stories.
Hey, I didn't ask for your resume. Joe Dog might have, but I
That
didn't.
looks like a dangerous bottle.
Yeah, nah, it's full of candy.
Yeah, but it's Joe Dog. You know he mixed in some of the bad flavors.
Well, I'm
Here-
eating
No,
all of
this
it.
is the one that he keeps by his side. No, those are all the good ones. Now the ones that he has laid out for Donna to grab, those might be a little bit speculative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
those.
are questionable.
Okay, Carl, fine. You can go to sleep, Zach.
That's actually so. I will. Yes, I don't think there's a launch tomorrow. Well, we'll see, but I will be there. We will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good night, Zach.
Good night.
Thanks for
Good
dropping in.
night.
So I'm actually going to take off myself too because I need to be up early to drive down to Fishers, Indiana, down by Indianapolis, to head to our headquarters.
What'd you do?
I'm making them fix my laptop
Okay.
because
I
I
went to
don't
call
have.
it now.
So you
Even
don't want it to work?
Well, it can't get any worse than what it currently is. Seeing
But
as
he wants them to pay for it.
well, I only use the work laptop when someone calls me and says, "Hey, I need my network password reset." And when my boss's wife called me the other day saying, "Hey, I need my network password reset," it took me 45 minutes to be able to do it because the fucking thing wouldn't boot fully up. It was taking forever. Then I connected to the VPN, and even though it showed connected, it's like, oh no, you can't access anything on the network. Disconnect, restart, reconnect to the VPN.
Mhm.
Finally got it to work, and I sent in a ticket, and because I have admin access, but I don't have all the tools up here to be able to just format it myself. Nor do I have the. I don't think I have the access to actually properly remove it from the network and re-add it to the domain and all that jazz. But
Yeah.
it's like I sent in a ticket. I'm like, can you guys either remotely nuke this thing, or can I bring it down to be nuked? Because it's at a point where it just needs to be redone. And they're like, oh yeah, you can come down Friday, and oh yeah, Dan will be coming down Friday to pick up his new laptop. And my first thought was, he started a year after I did. He's got a newer laptop than me already. Why the hell is he getting a brand new one?
Because you keep fixing yours. Quit
Yeah, but
fixing
here's the
yours.
thing. My boss has the same model laptop I do, and he's not getting a new one yet.
Did he run it over? The way he has to get a new one because it's dead.
No, they're on a cycle of how often they update them, and I think mine and my boss's might have been overlooked. Oh yeah, all the newer ones have SSDs. Like my wife's runs great. Mine doesn't run for crap.
Well,
So I'm gonna take it down and have them nuke it and start fresh. And
Well, you could
Your
always.
laptop is like me. It doesn't even run when tired because it's not, or yeah, it's not even. It doesn't even run when chased because fuck it, it's not dying tired.
yeah, well,
yeah.
and the other thing is too, some of the policies that the network policies they have in place are starting to fail on it because it's wanting to upgrade to Windows 11, and they had that blocked.
Hey.
They're gonna need to make that change soon.
I think the newer laptops are all coming with 11 on them.
Well, what I'm saying is end of life is right around the corner. Is it later this year or sometime next year?
Yeah, something like that. It's late 2024.
I would assume it's this year because my firm wants to go over this year and they wait to the very last second to jump up to the next.
Try working for the state.
I am going to hate it when mine says, well, you can't postpone this any longer. Because I've actually gotten used to 10 and it's not as horrible as I thought it was. But I have been well aware for many years that every other version of Windows is kind of not optimal.
So far, 11's not bad.
I heard that the banks kept XP alive for as long as they did because that's what the ATMs ran on.
Oh, there's
So
there are some of the billboards on the side of the road that are still running 3.1.
so
We were well into our Windows 10 rollout, and we still had some systems that were still running on XP, but we had to have that running on virtual machines because our finance department did not want to upgrade yet. Because a lot of the softwares that they were running would only run on XP.
There
so
are
there
computers at work that are still running 3.11.
mhm.
What were you saying, Joe?
uh it was it the Navy? It was one of the, I want to say it was one of the branches of the military that paid Microsoft to continue doing security updates to XP. And
I could
then
believe it.
Hey,
NDOT had gotten away from XP, except for there was one laptop that we kept at the Laporte maintenance mechanic shop because it still ran an older piece of software that we needed for diagnosing one of the vehicles. And to buy the new software, I would have had to try and jump through so many different little hoops
hmm
to get it purchased.
Cost more than 25 cents, though.
Well,
More,
no,
more.
it was a sole source company, small business company that,
I was making a joke about the government not wanting to spend more than a quarter on a piece of
well,
software.
yeah,
no, but
it wasn't so much the price, it was the, oh, well, here, I'll send you this form and, just fill out the uh, credit card details. I'm like, this is the state. They don't pay by credit card. Like,
this is
right.
the state. They don't pay ever.
But,
Um,
but yeah,
um,
I finally just cut my losses and somehow convinced IoT to actually allow that machine back on the network.
Oh, wow.
when I quit, there was a computer that had been salvaged from one of the other factories in the Midwest that had been turned off for about 5 years, and it was still running Windows 7. And that was the only thing they could get to run one particular program written by an engineer from France.
France. We come from France.
hmm Exactly. Um, and they tried to update it to Windows 10, and the engineer goes, No, this is too hard. We're going to send off for one of these salvage things from another company or from the other uh, factory in the company." And I was told, and this was immediately after the ransomware attack of however many years ago that was, that on no occasion could I hook a network cable to it.
Hmm.
My supervisor had to go and buy an external hard drive and transfer the test results to the external hard drive and then run it through a complete virus check. And then he could upload those files to corporate. And I'm going, not a problem. Hey, y'all want me to do the test? I'll do the test. Y'all want my boss to have to jump through hoops? He's got a jump rope. Um, Not my problem. Not not my monkeys. Not my circus.
Yep. But I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna go get some sleep.
All
Hey,
right,
Joe,
all right.
congratulations
Good
on
night,
the
folks.
edition.
Yeah, Carl, sneaker net. That's a good description. And I am aware of the movie by that name. And it's probably very applicable in this situation. But
Yeah, we do a lot of sneaker net around here too.
and
Well, what
For
is
anyone that's not part of this in the audience that are watching, SneakerNet is called that because you're using your sneakers to transfer data between machines.
yep. Thumb drives
SneakerNet
are your friend.
predates, yes. Well, back when SneakerNet was a thing, um, 3.5 floppies, and well, actually, let's be truthful. Probably back then we were starting with the 10 and whatever floppies. Um, were your friend, and then the 8 floppies, then the 5 floppies, then the 3 floppies, then the zip disks.
I was watching something. I don't know if it was YouTube or nightly news or something, but up in New York City, you'd be walking down, the street, and you look over at one of the buildings, and you'll see a USB thing poked out of the wall, and you just plug your laptop in, and get the information, pull your laptop off, and go.
You might. I won't. I pay too much for my laptops to get them corrupted by random malware.
You know what? It is the season. So it is tax time, folks. As a reminder, do not plug random USB drives that you find into your computer unless you've got like a spare piece of crap computer that you don't care about. Go ahead and plug it into that to see what's on it, but don't plug in random flash drives. The IRS is not going to call you, especially with a really, really bad foreign accent, to tell you that agents are on their way to arrest you. Generally speaking, law enforcement agencies are not going to call you to tell you they're on their way to arrest you because they do not like to run. If you run from a law enforcement officer, you're going to have a very, very bad day instead of just a bad day.
Amen.
The Social Security Administration is not going to freeze your Social Security number because that's how they get money out of you. They're not going to stop their way to get money from you. If there's fraud, they're going to investigate it and maybe, arrest you pending the investigations and stuff like that. They're not going to call you to tell you that your Social Security number has been frozen. It is the time of year that people are getting their taxes done and getting their taxes back. Therefore, there are a shit ton of scammers out there.
Yes.
This has been a PSA from your crazy Uncle Dick. Be careful. Be paranoid.
And I will add another one. Your extinct MySpace account is not going to send you an email going, "Oh, your password has been changed. Click here if you changed it or if you object to it being changed."
I thought
I'm going,
I thought all the MySpace accounts were still there.
well, they are still there, but they don't care that it's owned by Russia now. So,
I scroll back.
Russia has MySpace now too.
yeah.
I know they got ICQ.
They bought MySpace 10 or 15 years ago. And probably lost money in the deal. It didn't turn out to be as valuable and as said as anybody thought. As some of the bots that have come in here can tell you, if it hadn't been that those bots had actually had to go fight in the Ukraine war, and we're not ever coming back.
I do miss our Russian bots.
I don't. My e-zine has plenty of them showing up trying to pretend to be actual people and still not being able to click on "I am not a robot."
Well, there was that one Russian bot that I told him if he didn't quit coming to Joe's show, I was going to turn him into the draft board.
Carl, Carl, we actually know someone with that accent, and she's Portuguese.
I had a cardiologist. The first time I had to go see a cardiologist, like 20 years ago. No, shit, almost 30 years ago. But yeah, the cardiologist had that accent, and he kept saying, "You strong like moose," and I my brain just kept adding, and squirrel right after it, and I'm trying not to laugh in his face because, the man can't really screw me. Like, yeah, your heart's fine. We don't see a murmur or anything like that. Go run a marathon.
You are strong like a moose and fly like a squirrel.
Hey,
usually when I hear, you're strong like I imagine the person's going to say bull, but no, he says moose, and and again, because how thick his accent was, my brain just kept adding in and squirrel, and I'm just like, do not laugh in the cardiologist's face.
Okay.
Okay, John, you look like your head was going to explode there for a second.
You just gave me a great idea for a prank to pull at a restaurant.
God.
Put an ice cube down the back of somebody's shirt?
No. When you go in and you put in the reservation for the table, party of whatever, and they ask your last name is Kill Moose.
What?
Kill Moose. And when the waitress calls Kill Moose, everybody go, and squirrel. It's not as good as my original one was to go in and tell them your last name was Frankenstein. And sure enough, we did this at Applebee's one night, and or Chili's, and went in, told him the last name was Frankenstein. Little girl behind the counter, can you spell that, please? Spelled it out. Okay. We went over. We sat down for about 15 minutes. And sure enough, another girl calls out, Frankenstein, party fight, and we all jumped up and yelled, "That's Frankenstein!" And here's what's funny. Drinks and food flew across tables all over the restaurant. Just people be saying, "That was Frankenstein." Okay.
Walk this way. Like this.
I was at Taco Bell.
Werewolf. Their castle.
Okay. Why you talk that way?
I don't know. You started it.
I went to Taco Bell and they said, "And what name?
Woo!
What name should we put on there?" I said, "Voldemort." The guy went, "Oh hell no!"
He who shall not be served.
He whose credit card should not be denied.
I got to think about that. I wonder
I'm so glad I self-edited there. That was such a green room thought.
What are some names you could go into Starbucks and order your coffee under?
Shathid.
No, they're going to butcher anything you put on then, even if it's just Bob. Is there a Herman in here?
Bob.
Call off your order. You go up there, just Bob on the thing. How the fuck? Reading it's fundamental.
Tell them your name is Starbuck.
If you don't have a cigar, it won't work. Yes. Old school, very old school.
Oh,
no.
You have
better. Go in there in classic Battlestar uniform.
Have y'all seen the picture of Dirk Benedict and Katie Sackhoff sitting at a table?
They're sitting at a table in Starbucks, drinking coffee and smoking cigars. It's Starbucks in Starbucks, drinking Starbucks.
I saw that when it was brand new, but
well, that's as good as Carl the other day he said he took Donna her cigar, goes, "Damnation is here," or something to that effect. And it was the name of the cigar.
Oh, I bring you damnation. What'd be even better is if he had a lighter or a book of or a box of matches, because wood matches are better for that type of thing. That says Hellfire. I bring you hellfire and damnation.
Actually, they should have a cigar called Hellfire and a whiskey called Damnation, because I believe there is actually a whiskey called Damnation.
It's 24/7, folks. Yeah. You know us so well, because you are one of us.
One of us.
I saw a shirt that I love today that I got to find it again and see if it actually comes in my size. For some of my problems, I drink Fireball to take care of them, and then for the rest of my problems, I cast Fireball.
And that, friends, is how the Inn of the Last Home got destroyed in a D&D campaign. Damn it, Paul.
Uh-oh.
That was what I was reacting to.
Donna.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I did not have pie on Pie Day. I had pie 2 days early, but I had cake on Pie Day. So somehow that makes sense.
Blasphemy.
Okay, it's pi divided by 3.14. I think I said that right, but I'm nowhere near sure.
If you're going to get offered cake on on Pie Day, you're going to eat the cake.
Dan, this morning I thought you pulled a Dan on me.
I was extraordinarily close.
It does come an extra fat ass.
I was. Lindsay made breakfast burritos, and I was so well fed that there was no way I was going to retain consciousness, and I just kept like this. And thankfully, I had been looking at the iPad, and it looked like I was not asleep. I was just trying to look up something on the iPad. Oh dear.
Oh,
what
I
have
meant
you
to tell
done?
you this morning, during the show this morning, I said, now, if they do this on Saturday morning of HallowCon, we're doing it live. We're showing it up on the projector on the wall.
Hey, Go for it. And Richie's got something that needs to be displayed.
Sure he does.
Hey, it's been a while.
Okay, Rich, what's being displayed?
Donna doesn't have a lot to say. We're screwed.
Okay. Let's do this then, because nobody else is going to click on it. There you go.
I thought that was a very Donna T-shirt when I saw it.
Did you get it for her?
Hey, wouldn't be a lick amiss, and don't take that the wrong way. She will want that shirt. Yes, Carl, she will want that shirt. Yeah, which shirt? Now I've just designed another one for people.
Oh my God!
You can call me Dawn.
That's my
I've
girl.
got a print failure, but it's so funny I can't stop it. One of the
He hasn't even pulled it off the slicer yet.
One of the unicorn's leg is not attached. And it's already printing the body.
Oh.
You get a 3-legged unicorn printing?
Yeah.
Hey. Let's not make fun of disabled legendary animals.
I'm just okay. Nope. Nope.
No.
And I already unplugged my camera for that, so
you got a request there, Jet Dog.
Yeah. Well, we're almost done.
We're almost ready for. Well, we still got half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm ready for bed. God, I'm tired. I got to bed late last night because it was storming and Georgette doesn't like storms and so I stayed up with the cat. So I got to bed late last night. I'm exhausted tonight.
All right.
I swear I was nowhere near Illinois last night. I wasn't even north of the Mason-Dixon line. Okay.
I have one more picture to show you. I came across this today at Emmy's house. I did not know she ever had this, so I just happened to see it.
404 error.
Okay. Let's click on Dawn's photo. I'm going to do it, please.
Yeah, I'm in the process of sending Cap the link.
Fancy pickles. Pickles!
And that, folks, is how I won. Part of how I won HallowCon 2020.
What the hell?
What?
I'm sending Cap the link, but it's throwing a 404 error.
Okay, he's not on my messenger, is he? I don't think so.
Oh, excuse me.
Which name do I need to search for him under? Nope. Not on my friends list. I'm sorry, I can't back you up on this one. Although there's an interesting name on there that looks like one I should not check out whatsoever. Oh, Andrew. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If Messenger will actually switch to the correct thingy, even on my good computer, there we go. We will see if that one works. So, oh,
There he is.
ping, ping. Okay, that worked.
I
see what it is too. Joe Dog, you were missing a 6 on the end of the URL.
Ah.
Because when I compared the 404 link to the one Dan just sent me, there's
Yeah.
a 6 on the end you were missing.
It was a highlight error.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, no. It happened. Believe me, I know
It's
it happens
all right.
all
Is
the
that,
time.
is that what you call a pebcac?
Oh, what?
Pebcam. Problem between keyboard and chair.
Problem exists between keyboard and chair. It is something that
that Nicholas embraces.
Ended up as a description for many of the issues in many of the tickets I have put out throughout my career.
I broke my cup holder.
I've had that. I've had the call trying to find out why we didn't send an email saying that the email was down.
I bet that one came from corporate. Oh Lord!
Actually, that was the group that they were in, but corporate means a completely different thing.
Dawn, that last image you shared, you're going to have to remove it yourself. I can't do it for you. I don't have that power. I have other powers.
We know you do.
Oh.
Wait. Let me try this again. We know you do.
This is why I told Nick to draw you as a mermaid.
No, see how this is a mermaid.
I know.
Yeah, the original Disney mermaid had long hair.
Yeah, but
Dan has powers that prevent cotton from being dry in several states. Like 49 of them.
What happened in the 50th state?
I don't know, but I think he goes international sometimes too.
Nobody from Hawaii listens to him yet.
Hey, but
That's not smart.
there are 3 people in Micronesia that really like my voice.
Although he is really big in Grenada. And the Philippines.
Yeah, there's PEPCAC, and then there's what we call the ID10T.
Yep.
Carbon unit failure.
We are really, really well acquainted with the ID10T error.
Mm-hmm.
And that one comes into play a whole
How much
lot
print
more
time
often.
do you got remaining, Joe Dog? That's got
Trying
to
to
be
show
a
us Snoopy
massive,
the unicorn.
Yeah, my 3-legged
massive
unicorn.
spool you got there.
Look at the spool on this guy.
That's what she said.
Hey, Cap, that's not what we heard from Mrs. Joe Dog earlier tonight.
That was before I got here. Thank God I wasn't here.
Oh, Lord.
But she didn't have a frying pan in her offhand, so, he's alive.
When y'all told me the frying pan story, the first thing I thought of was that Spanish couple that was playing Back in Black. dun, bong, da da da, bong, da da da, bong, da 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 dun, bong, da da da, boom, and then she really got into it. Da da da, ba dum, ba dum, ba dum, ba dum.
And again, we always can taste the biscuit.
I knew that. I knew that particular squee was going to happen. Although you haven't done it officially yet. Hello, Chris
What
Walker.
can see?
I almost heard that one. Is your voice dropping in pitch?
I don't know.
I mean, usually I hear like the first 5 letters, and the next 37 are silent because it's out of my hearing range.
Nick says the same thing.
No, Nick only gets to hear 3, and everything else is out of his hearing range. My hearing is a little bit better because I've had to get paranoid about high-pitched female voices being displeased with me over the centuries.
Well, at least if Lindsay hears me squeeze, she knows what it's about.
Yeah, because she's right there with you as a member of the backup chorus.
What are you doing, John?
Which what?
Well, John's got to. He's playing with his backgrounds.
Yes.
Oh, John's always playing. Usually it's with something that is called serious, buddy.
Keep playing at that, you're going to go blind.
Good thing you said it, Rich, because I was thinking it.
Oh, like the Red Rider gun.
And
You'll
not
blow
if,
your legs off.
not if he steps back far enough.
He's come this far. He can come a lot. Never mind.
I do not believe you went there, dear. Okay. Green Ranger.
Okay, she didn't go there. She kicked.
Dang, Ryan Hall is on the prowl, and look at how many tornado warnings are in effect right now.
All
Good
south of
Lord.
us, thank goodness, but please be safe. Carl and Donna, please be safe.
Yes, definitely.
Look
Although
at south half of
that's-
Illinois,
That is not.
and looks like one warning, two warnings in that area.
You know, you people are sick-minded individuals that would think that I mean anything else. That the fact that John has made it this far in life, and
On my fingers.
exactly, and look at you, sick-minded individuals. Every one of you that went, well, nothing.
Somebody wants to say hello.
I think someone needs to calm down too. And
Capitan Dan's.
You know, my
good
username.
call, Ed.
My username that a lot of y'all know me by is CapStar362. A lot of people confuse that with Captain Star, and I'm like, no, it's not a captain.
Oh, good, Don. I'm glad they're all south. But what? You have a warning?
All right. While we got time, I got to go down the hall and hang a left.
Oh, I better be ready with this. Really shows up tonight.
She's back in black. Sets off the highlights in her hair.
So Donna, then that warning is south of you. Then
Almost got me. almost got me.
I didn't do anything. I'm innocent.
No, my mind. When Cap said that, my mind went. Green room.
When I said
Shut
that,
up.
what? Huh? Oh.
It's south of you. Yes. It's sneaking up. Oh, I'm a naughty boy. You didn't know I could do that voice, did you?
No.
So
If
very
somebody comes back with a
versatile.
Miss Piggy voice, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, if any of the
Well,
four of
I
us
do,
can do Miss
but-
Piggy, I have questions.
Well, Miss Piggy was voiced by Frank Oz, so
Well, Frank
she
Oz
was
had a
voiced by a
very
dude.
Frank Oz had a very dynamic audible range.
Yeah,
As
very
did
much
most
so.
of the Henson crew.
Yeah, they were able to do multiple voices on demand, which is kind of weird. But we still got 4 minutes till almost the time.
I know, but I'm just preparing. Preparing.
Can somebody throw the Captain Dance graphic up again? Because I have to.
You have
you
to
really
what?
you really want to see that? Now Lewis made this. I did not.
Do you find yourself excitable and just can't close your mouth? Captain Dan has an edible for you. Right.
Captain Dan's unique blend of
limited
oils and super glue. Guaranteed to shut your mouth for at least 1 hour.
Rob, I'm glad you're here, and Kiri's with us too. I haven't had a chance to pull him up. Hey, Kiri, we're just right about to in the last 10 minutes of the show, but glad to see you. Rob, if you need a link to the next show, say so, and I'll pop you one over on Messenger. I have not opened the window yet. I have not opened the window yet because, computers hate me.
Not as much as they hate other people we know.
They fear me.
Yeah, I know.
Carl, this show is almost over. Praise Buddha.
Captain Dan's Hard Candies. Now with creamy centers.
Let's not forget that Carl has a mint box that is the Ouija board.
No.
I saw that. That was awesome.
No. I have fire around here somewhere. No.
I have fire.
I am on sabbatical. No.
You're on a sabbatical?
Oh, Dan, I have a chapter done.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad to hear that.
3,800 words so far.
Hey, I've written shorter stories than that, much less
Yeah,
chapters.
but I mean, me having my disability, I tend to do the minute details and everything like that. So I have a chapter done thus far.
Hey, I am not going to put anybody down for being thorough.
Mm-hmm.
If there are any problems, if I see it, I will say,
Yeah, I want to go back over it and do some proofreading. I think I made a few slip-ups. So
do we really need 6 paragraphs describing the guy's watch?
Depends on the plot. I mean, seriously, depends on the plot. Sometimes you do. Sometimes a watch is just a watch. Sometimes it's a plot point.
Major plot point.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Thesis is here as well. Buddha bless you, Carl. And just to be thorough, I will send Thesis a link to LMS as well. I know Donna already has it. I know Dawn has it memorized.
I don't have it memorized. But I probably will not be there tonight just because I got to bed late last night. Because of the storms. Because for some reason, I decided to stay up with the cat because it was storming and she doesn't like storms. Who does that kind of stupid crap?
Yeah, Bella was going nuts. Lucky doesn't mind storms anymore. I wonder why.
Because he's deaf? You think might
Exactly.
be a clue?
The lightning didn't even bother him, though. I mean, I know the thunder's not going to bother him, but he used to freak at just seeing the lightning, and then he'd start freaking, and then freak even harder when the thunder rolled.
I want to hear the explanation for this one, Carl. I'm sorry.
His mints.
Oh, his mints. Okay.
Do 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 do.
The storm is now headed down into Kentucky.
Well, if
which
any
is
of our
bad
viewers are
news
from
for my
the area,
relatives that live there, but
Hell, I hope my sister's wherever she needs to be. I mean, yeah, it'd be really hell to get caught in that traveling by broomstick.
Ooh, this is actually quite a squall line of a storm.
we get those occasionally, yeah. And usually they are very widespread and affect a lot of different states.
Yeah,
and not just some sharp angle going
Looks like
up.
it's going to miss us, John.
There it is. If y'all want to see it.
The wind should start picking up here within the hour.
Look at this line right here.
We're going to get thunderstormed on all day tomorrow.
Uh-oh, I recognize those terrain maps.
Look at this line and all the lightning in it. My Lord.
There's going to be a lot of power outages in Atlanta if that drips a little further south.
Well, it's looking like it will. Let me see here. Let me play with the...
No, I can see it's going over Mississippi and Alabama now. There is a big pocket of it right over Atlanta at this moment.
Yeah, that one's in Nashville right now. Or no, this is in Lawrenceburg.
Okay. I missed a couple of states. Yeah.
I love how when the lightning
Mississippi
pops off. I love the way the lightning pops off on one, and then it runs down the line.
Well, the thing I like about this map is on each of these strikes, you see these rings that fade away from the strike itself? That ring is moving at the speed of sound. It's the representation of thunder, and it is ungodly accurate. Yeah, every time you see these strikes and this ring pop around it, that's the representation of when you should be able to hear the thunder if you're watching the map and the storms in your area.
It's like the man said, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening.
Mm-hmm. They picked it up from that old website, blittertongue.org, the lightning tracker map. They integrated it into Windy. So,
wait a minute.
I already played with my sock.
I am so not touching that line on a Thursday.
What are you going to touch on a Friday?
Find out tomorrow night.
Only Friday knows.
Oh,
And by
damn.
finding out tomorrow night, you do really need to, subscribe to Only Dance.
Unless you're in Texas.
And then what is it in Texas, John?
No, apparently Pornhub has shut down their operations in Texas.
But we're
Who
talking
did?
about only Dan's.
Well, that too.
Who did?
Oh,
Dan's available in all 49 states.
see, you found the missing link.
I thought it was Hawaii, though. So what's this Texas thing doing now?
Apparently they require higher.
You over my headphones, cat.
Apparently they
Yes,
require
definitely.
higher standards for age determination. You can't log in. Unless you're this old.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's only available to congressmen now.
Wasn't that supposed to happen in like Texas and Oklahoma?
I don't know about
And probably
Oklahoma,
Utah.
but right now they're not playing. They ain't playing with Texas right now. So
that
they
explains
took
the
their
reduction
toys
in
and
fan
went
mail. I
They were
thought I
hanging you to the
deleted
mic.
all those. I thought I deleted all those. I really thought I deleted all of those.
That's kind of funny. The cat's meowing his head off at Misty, trying to say "feed me," and then all of a sudden you hear the dishwasher or the garbage disposal go off, and then I don't hear the cat anymore. I'm like, did you get off him?
Wow.
Shut up, you little bastard!
Flat cat.
Barry.
Oh, I hear him now.
Okay,
Well,
good.
That sucks.
What, in Texas?
Utah.
Oh, Utah?
They made that outright law.
Yeah, only the elders can get on Pornhub in Utah.
Well, you go through a VPN and there ain't nothing they can say about it.
how do you know that?
You're coming from Texas. You can't prove you're coming from the United States. Hell, in a couple more years now, would be able to make it so you can't tell that you're coming from the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Except maybe
Really,
you're
Rich. No. You guys got on me about that word.
Yeah, but you
Guess what time-
blush.
Guess
We
what
don't.
time it is, folks?
Hey, it's time to say goodnight, everybody.
Thanks for coming. Good night.
Or however you reacted.
We'll see y'all Saturday night. Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.